All right, we are live. Okay, Shalom Yohay. Thank you so much for being on my podcast today.
Shalom, Henrik. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm actually here. I'm not there. I'm there. I'm not, but it's a pleasure anyway.
How are you these days?
Okay, I'm okay. It's you know, it's a time. It's a time that we're living, but we're doing it, and we're making the best out of it.
Yeah, where are you right now? You in Tel Aviv?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in Tel Aviv.
I've been watching your clips lately. They're so funny. And but I want to start with your background a little bit to introduce you to our Norwegian audience here in Norway. Could you tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, and how you got started into comedy and everything?
Sure. I grew up in the Golan Heights, and I started to stand up around the age of 22 professionally. But before that, I did a lot of other funny stuff um, as walking into to that. I knew it's gonna be happening after the army. And yeah, I grew up in a kind of agricultural village, farms in the open space. Um, you know, like it was a very free area of no traffic, no the city dirt, what you call. So
Yeah,
in a grew up in a bubble
rural
in a way.
area.
Yeah, rural.
Yeah.
You work the land, you work the farm.
Would you say that humor has always been like a part of your life, of your family, of your upbringing? Was that a big part of your everyday life?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We always did funny things, and I was part of the also the vibe, and when people always make each other laugh. So even when something annoying happened, when even something more stressful, stuff like that, they're in a different frequency. It's it's still easy, and it's still more required to get back to laughter as fast as possible.
That's almost, would you say that's a part of the Jewish spirit to be able to have comedy in your life and be able to laugh regardless of the circumstances?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Just because we've been through so much atrocities, um, in our history, during our history, we faced so many. What would you call that? Try to kill us so many
Atrocities.
times. Atrocities to try to eliminate us, and here we are. So what's the main reason for that? I think that we knew how to save and how to maintain our spirit. One of the main ones is make each other laugh.
It's so important to be able to. I was just in Israel too in March in Tel Aviv, and I noticed that because it's almost as if you can't move physically, you can't move from a space. You can move in your soul. You can transcend. You can go somewhere else in humor and laughter in another space in your spirit.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's, the movie Life is Beautiful with Alberto Benini. That's a good example of what you just said. That he made it with his son. He made it as a game when the Nazis came to take all the Jews, and every step that you know about how the Holocaust started, and you see that in the movie how he made it a game and how he made his son laugh, and he just pretend that it's all funny and it's a game. And I'm not saying we should look the other way and ignore the situation. We should do our best to fight our enemies, to be unapologetic and be well. That's we should and we can and we do. But at the same time, if you can laugh at what's going on and you can raise your head and make your spirits going, so I think it's the best, and that's proven to be right with the 3,700 years that we existed.
How soon after the 7th of October were you able to get up again on stage and be able to lift the spirits of people and yourself?
So that's the thing that in Israel we went to volunteer in front of soldiers almost the day after. Almost, it was the same
Mhm.
week. So unlike COVID, that no one performed for a month or two. Here, the same week, we just went to volunteer to evacuated people from their house, families that got they needed to go to kibbutzim. They had to
Yeah.
evacuate themselves because of the war. So you perform to them, you perform to widows, you perform to mainly to soldiers that they're waiting to for the next mission, and they have a free night.
Yeah.
Hospitals, wounded soldiers, you meet them. So it was pretty quick.
Do you remember where you were on the 7th of October? How the news hit you?
Absolutely. We were in the house, and it was the early morning. The siren went on, and we basically went to the shelter. We laughed at it. We thought it's something very common because it happened every other day. We laughed at that. We have such a young kid. She didn't get even 6 months old, and it's like the second time that we already now is a new operation. Probably they're attacking us again. What's against like all right, they're shooting again. Ha ha ha. We didn't know that the amount, the scale of that atrocity and pogrom that we're facing in. We didn't know how horrible and horrifying that is.
Did you have friends and relatives who perished on the October 7th?
My cousin lost her daughter at the same day. One of the first soldier that got murdered that morning. It's my cousin's daughter. She was in Nachal Oz. She was almost finished the army. She had, I think, few months left. Um, and yeah, so that we have a very good friend that killed in the army service in Gaza, in the duty service. Wasn't even like a regular soldier. It was reserves duties, the forces. We know a lot of people that got injured, and we know a lot of people that it's everyone knows someone. It's very hard. It's a
I'm
war.
so sorry to hear. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear. My condolences to your family and to your relatives.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
yeah, I felt that too. I'm Jewish myself, and I uh, I had never been to Israel before October 7th, but I also felt like on October 7th it was my own family that was being slaughtered and killed. I had that same feeling. I think Jews everywhere around the world had that same feeling.
That's amazing that you're saying that. We just talked about that. That I think Israelis always feel the pain of Jews around the world. They feel for them. They're going through anti-Semites and anti-Semitic incidents, and we feel for you guys. We feel that you we feel bad for you if you're going through those stuff. And when a war happened here, you guys always you send It's not just condolences. We feel the support. We feel that, but with all the support system that available for you, and the amount of people that came to visit, it's very, very heartwarming. And yeah, we are. I mean, that's us. It's us. It's one nation. Yes, you're there, and we're here for many reasons. Each and every one of you, you have your reasons, and it's understood. The tribe went to a lot of places because we were never allowed to be together, to be us. We were never allowed to be existed and to be together and to be in Israel. They always kicked us. They always did stuff that prevent us from do what we supposed to do. It was like to live here and be together. So now that's the situation, but we're still one people. And it's nice that you're saying that. We feel it here too. And I'm traveling a lot and performing, and I always feel that I see my family. It's the same, it's the same ishpucha, it's the same tribe. We all make the same chulent, but in the different spices.
Yeah, it was like I had never been to Israel before, but yet and still, when I went there now in March, I felt like I was at home. And it's interesting that we're just 0.2% of the world's population, and I just thought that it must be so annoying to the anti-Semites and the Jew haters that we just refuse to die. They never get rid of us.
Yeah, every breath we take annoys them. So breathe
Yeah.
heavily. Yeah.
Let's talk about your show a little bit because you have your show. You call it the self-loving Jew. Can you explain that a little bit? What do you mean by being a self-loving Jew?
So self-loving Jew means that first of all, we already know that people don't like us, and that's I think it's time to say enough. You don't want to like us, don't like us. We like ourselves. We love ourselves. Self-loving Jew, it means that self-love yourself. Just love yourself, and you don't have to be a Jew for loving yourself. If you're not Jewish, it's okay too. Self-loving you, but we're not apologizing for who we are. No matter who or what you are, don't apologize for that. And shine. The more people will shine and not gonna get under the radar, the more people gonna inspire each other to do the same thing. That's the show is about your Jewish story. Each and every one of us, they have their own Jewish story that I want them to tell to someone else, and it doesn't matter if it's your grandparents' story, your parents' story, and your story. Someone hated one of you. Share that. Stay alive, breathe, laugh, and tell your Jewish story. That's the show is about that. And in my show, I'm telling my Jewish story and how everything came along. That we went to do a show in the conference to represent Israel with that comedy and how it went off.
And what do you think the opposite is? The phenomena of the self-hating Jew. What is that? You think?
Um, People don't like when I compare self-hating Jews to the couples. And I agree, it's not fair for the couples because the couples didn't have a choice, And those self-hating Jews, that there's just they're not just criticizing the country or criticizing Jews that don't agree with them. They really put other innocent Jews in danger. That's what happens right now. That's what self-hating Jews need to understand. They're not just for likes in Facebook, by the way. That's the difference between them and the couples. That they're doing it just for attention and for likes and for other people to like them. But you don't like yourself, so why do you need other people to like you, right? So yeah, these are the worst, and I don't mind. You have your own opinion. אל תיכנסי, כי אז לא יהיה לנו קליטה. You have your own opinion. It's okay. I respect other opinions, but in this case, the other opinion going and spread the lies that the enemy spreads about us. That's so lame that for me, self-hating Jews, by the way, most of the time these are Jews that never visit the synagogue. They don't know our culture. They're not. They're super foreign Jews. I don't mind that you call yourself Jewish, but why you only use it when you want to criticize Jews, right? You're that's not. I mean, you're just a loser. You know, you're just a loser. You waited to a war happening to say that you're Jewish, and now as a Jew, you have something to say. Shut up! Just shut up. We're not expecting from you to send money or to come to volunteer here, but can you shut up? That will be very useful if you just shut your mouth.
I was just saying that it's fine with Jews having differences of opinions, and we fight and argue and have lots of different debates and discussions. But it's something completely different to stand with your people or be against your own people.
Exactly. I mean, listen, if you don't agree with me on something that it's we have an opinion about political stuff or about how to build something or about whatever agenda, that's totally fine. I don't care, and we can be still be friends and stuff. But if a bunch of 3,000 assholes invaded my country, slaughtered, raped, kidnapped, did all the worst things that ever happened to us since the Holocaust. And then what important to you is come up and blame me for that. The biggest victim blaming ever. There's you you're just asshole. You're just an asshole. There's no other way to turn it around. You an educated asshole. Why an educated? Because you didn't read enough. You didn't figure out enough what's going on. In the Bible, the most important thing that we wish each other from our uh, blessed, the most important one is like that you know to tell between the difference between good and evil. So yeah, so I'm saying it's so important that you that's one of our biggest in Judaism, the biggest bless and the biggest wishes, prayers. It's even a prayer that you'll know to tell the difference. I wish you that you'll know to tell the difference between bad and evil. And this is so amazing to see how it takes place right now with so many self-hating Jews. You just picked the bad, you picked the evil, and you think yourself that you're good. You think yourself that you're pure and you're so elitists and you're thinking for the other side. No, you just picked the murderers and the rapists and all the you picked the assholes. That's what you did. So don't tell me now you're oh I care about like I'm vegan or whatever. You picked the bad side. That's it's clear as the sky in a clear sky place. You know. So these guys need to educate themselves. And in my show, I'm saying you either with us or very stupid or mean. These are the options. You're either with us. Doesn't matter where you're from. Listen, we have all the religions here. Come walk in Israel. You'll see all of them. Not just Muslims that they're thrives here. There's like literally siblings to us. People don't know that. They don't educate themselves. During the war, your Muslim friends will come to you and say that we're sorry that that's what you're going with our cousins. They're telling you that. People don't know that, right? You have Muslims, you have Druze, Cherkessim, you have Christian, all the religions here. You have Hindus. What I just pick it. It's like Manhattan, the whole country here. The super variety of whatever you just name it, and we accept everyone. Gay people, JQLTBCTH,
The whole
THC,
alphabet.
whatever you have everything. You come to Tel Aviv, whatever wherever you kick in, no one will call you pervert. Believe me. We're the only
It's true.
ones in the Middle East that allow everything. I'm not talking about women rights. I'm not talking about that. We have that for more than 100 years here. That's not even. We're not bragging that. It's lame to say that women equal. It's lame to even say that. What year are we? But go to all the other countries, the Muslim countries in the Middle East. That's not the situation. I'm sorry, it's not. So we're like, how stupid can you be to tell us that no, but the government, you shouldn't have the war that long. Just bring the fucking hostages back. What are we talking about? Bring the hostages back. That's it. Well, that's the second it happens. We don't wanna, like, no one wants, and I'm not everything the government say. I'm saying, oh, they're so perfect. Like, no, no government is perfect. No political party is perfect. And we're facing the worst time ever. So if you picked your platform and you criticize me, you're just an asshole. That's it. So thank you. I'll try to call you later. Okay.